Hi Aquarius, I am here to do your reading for the last quarter, for October, November, and December, okay? We're going to start with a love card that will be with you for the 3 months, okay? Now please only take with you what resonates and leave the rest behind, okay? The card that you have is Listen with Your Heart. You are listening, but you need to hear with a loving heart. Okay? And now, let's take a card for finances, money, career, that sort of thing. And see what will be with you for that 3 months. And you might check out your sun, moon, and rising for a more complete picture, okay? Here we have, don't let pride get in your way. Well, okay. Now let's get an overall energy that you'll have for the 3 months. One more. You have the Queen of Fire. Brilliant, talented, independent, controlling. There is nothing you can't do. Believe in yourself. Never underestimate your ability to make your dreams come true. The need for balance between career and personal life. Okay. It's actually a very nice card. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and get a card for one for October, November, and December. Try to remember that, timing and energy both are really quite fluid. So one month can kind of spill over into the next month. All right. And one can have a stronger influence than another one. This all depends on, the energies that you have with you and the changes that you make. Okay? So here is what you have for October. The 8 of Water, the need to move on, seeking more from life than what you are experiencing. A spiritual quest, choosing to make big life changes, a change in priorities, leaving home. It could be any or all of these. And wow, that is a major energy. We'll have to get more cards to see what comes from that. But do remember, if there's a challenging one here, the one that's on top there, the Queen of Fire, because that's also going to be an influence. Okay, now here's November. The good you do comes back to you, an unexpected inflow of abundance, borrowing wisely or paying off a debt, sharing your wealth with others less fortunate. That's a very nice card. Okay, now let's get one for December. Do what you love. Recognition for the highest quality of work, especially creative endeavors. Being paid well for your craft. Working well with others. An excellent reputation. The 3 of Earth. Okay. Now let's get a spirit animal oracle to go with each month to see what they would like to share. Some advice that might help you along your way, potentially. Okay, for October, we have the Sandpiper spirit. Be playful. And I would say that this would be a very good thing for this energy to do, is to try to be a little bit lighter. It's a very heavy energy. Okay, now what do we have for November? Moth spirit, surrender now. Okay. Now let's get one for December. The Badger spirit, be fearless and bold. Okay, so those are the overall energies that you have with you for the next few months. I find it a very interesting mix, definitely. Okay, let's get a few cards for each month to see if that can, help us understand a little bit of this. The Hermit. Well, that would pretty much be a perfect match for that energy. The Hermit is on a path of spiritual knowledge and self-discovery. So, in that respect, it really does match a lot of this energy. Retreat from everyday life and create a space for introspection. Go within, and you'll discover the knowledge and clarity that you seek. So yeah, I would say this really does match that quite well. So there might be something to that. Okay, let's get another card here. See if we can gain any more clarity. Page of Swords. This is an energy of trying to learn how to think clearly and communicate with authenticity. I think the Sandpiper spirit's got it right. So far, this is a pretty serious moment. Nothing wrong with having serious moments, but it's okay to have fun sometimes too. Queen of Wands. Okay. Try to make sure you can see these. Okay. The Queen of Wands is, I like her energy. It's one where she's unafraid to speak up and be heard. And she's very ambitious. She's like a social butterfly. So to me, she is just about the opposite of this energy. She's a little bit more like the Sandpiper spirit. She leads a very busy life, making connections with others. And she puts herself out there as she pursues her creative vision. She's confident, courageous, and determined. And like I said, she's unafraid to speak up and be heard. So she is very active, very much a go-getter, where this energy is just about the opposite, and the same for these two. So there's quite a contrast going on in October. Let's get a few cards from November. You have the Chariot. And the Chariot is a strong energy. Queen of Wands is a strong energy too. The Chariot is a strong energy. You have a goal in mind, something that you want to do, or a change you want to make of some sort. And you are very determined. Now, these sphinxes don't have any reins on them, so you can veer off a little here and there, but you will go to your chosen destination. You will reach your goal. Very, very determined energy. Okay, let's get another one. Death. And that is meaning transformation. You are transforming out of one energy and into another. And you remember when I said that these energies and time are kind of fluid, so they can spill into each other. So it's possible that what is going on in October is continuing on in November. Okay? So you are transforming out of one and into another. Maybe that's got something to do with the Chariot. And this, the Eight of Water. Possible. And you can see here, the Moss Spirit says, surrender now. So this might, actually it looks like it's a very transformative time for you. October and November. We haven't gotten to December yet though, so we'll have to wait and see. The Emperor. Okay, now the Emperor is a very strong energy as well. All three of these are very strong energies. The Emperor is extremely good at setting solid foundations from which his success will grow. He's like taking all four kings and wrapping them up and then adding a little. The Emperor favors stability and certainty over flexibility and change, which should come as no surprise. And the Emperor has a discipline to see his plans through. And so does a Chariot. And so does the Death card. So all three of these are extremely determined energies. So November is going to be a very powerful month in some fashion. Okay? Let's get a few cards for December. Very fast, positive, moving energy is how you begin the month. Okay. Let's get another card. A successful completion of an old cycle, which brings in a new cycle. All right. This is a pretty intense time for you. Okay. And then the last card for December is Victory. There is something that you needed to take care of, a battle of some sort, something. And I use the term battle loosely. But you do go take care of this thing and you come back victorious, which is an awesome card to end the month on. But let's talk about this for just a minute. This one is really deep, okay? I know I've said it a couple times, but it is. It's quite the few months you have going. Your overall energy covering the whole 3 months is brilliant, talented, independent, controlling. There's nothing you can't do. Believe in yourself. Never underestimate your ability to make your dreams come true. But you do have the need for balance between career and personal life, is what this is saying. Which I find very interesting, because one of the things that I really like a lot about the Queen of Fire, which is the Queen of Wands, is her ability to balance. Okay, and on the love part, you have listen with your heart. You are listening, but you need to hear with a loving heart, which is a number 1 card. Okay? So, it looks like somewhere, somehow, either you aren't listening with your heart or you feel you're not listening with your heart. And potentially, that could be part of what's going on here. The need to move on, seeking more from life than what you are experiencing. A spiritual quest. Choosing to make big life changes. A change in priorities and potentially leaving home. Any or all of these could apply. And that could be related to this. If you feel like you're not hearing with your heart and you want to, it's possible that, you could do something like that. But that's pretty drastic. Okay, now, pages do tend to be kind of playful because they're youth. They're youthful, they're learning. But I do think this energy would be well served all through October. I do, because that is really quite serious. And the Hermit fits right in line with that. So maybe there is a spiritual quest going on. And if you're, going through something like that, or somebody the energies could be somebody else that you're close to instead of you. But if you're going through something like that, that's wonderful. However, you can still be playful. You don't have to be extremely serious. And I get the impression from these cards right there that it's a very serious time. It's just a feeling I get. Now here, you also have the Queen of Wands. It's very ambitious, very social, and unafraid to speak up and be heard. And here you're learning how to think and communicate clearly. So there's something about communication too, okay? Now on November, sorry. The good you do comes back to you. An unexpected inflow of abundance, borrowing wisely or paying off a debt, sharing your wealth with others less fortunate. This is a very nice card, a very giving, sharing card. Okay. I think, however, a lot of this energy is spilling over into November, which would be very understandable. You know how life is. If you're doing something, oftentimes it doesn't begin and end that same day, or even sometimes that month. Sometimes things go on for months. So you have to take that into consideration when you're looking at these energies. But yeah, here, all 3 of these energies are very strong energies. The Chariot, you are going somewhere, wherever it is that you planned on going. And if October is spilling over into November, leaving home and need to move on, spiritual quest, don't know. That's something I would give some serious thought to these, because to me it's a serious, pretty big energy. Transformation. So you are going to be transforming out of one energy into another. And it looks like it's a self-imposed change. It doesn't have to be. But that's what it looks like, that you are creating a change that you really feel you want. Okay? And the Emperor, again, is very strong. He sets solid foundations that will bring success. So, yeah, very strong energy throughout the entire month. Like I said, this could be spilling on over into here. Maybe this is where you start making plans. And maybe this is where you put them into action. Now, just to let you know, like I already said, having said that, energies like time are fluid. And depending on what you do on your end will depend on if these energies stay the same. If you make changes, then these might very well change as well. These cards right here are going by where you are right now. And I'm not talking about, like what you're going to eat for lunch or which store you're going to go to, that kind of thing. I'm talking about depending on, maybe a little more serious of a change. If you make changes, it will change these. Possibly. Depending on what you change. All right? Okay, so now on to December. It's very fast-moving energy. Positive energy. The end of a cycle. Successful end of a cycle. Which means the beginning of a new one. And here, this is victory. And it could be that you are victorious. You're ending the cycle. And that's a victory to you. And you have people in the background here that are celebrating you, that are rooting you on. They're very happy about whatever it is that you're changing. Okay, so all of the energies for December are very positive, good energies. All the ones for November are very powerful, very strong. And I would say a lot, not all, but a lot of the energy in October is really quite serious. Well, let me rephrase that. It has a very serious tone to it. And I think that's why the Sandpiper spirit came out, is I think they're saying, try to be a little more playful, a little more relaxed in this. Okay? So maybe we should take a few cards to see if we can clarify anything. Like, maybe we should try to clarify the Death card. See if we can find out a little bit more. Okay, the Death card is being clarified by the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is about you feeling like you have to protect something. And you've been protecting it. You've been standing guard, so to say, to the point that you're injured. But you don't plan on stopping either. So maybe that is why the Death card came in. You weren't going to quit. You're going to protect it, whatever it is. And so maybe that's one. See, this is 9. This is one card away from an end. So maybe it was close enough. Yeah. That's why change occurred. What were you defending? I really don't know. Maybe we should take a card for your overall energy for October. The 8 of Water. See if we can gain some clarity there. The Queen of Swords. I think she comes out in every reading I do recently. Anyway, you have the Queen of Swords. To clarify the 8 of Water. Yeah, you can see her. I think I'll move it over here, though, a little bit. There. Now, she is all about the truth. She really doesn't want the niceties. She does not want nice little chit-chat. She's very smart. She's very determined. She just wants the truth. Okay, that's her thing. She's in her mind, definitely, more than her heart. And you have the Page of Swords. So there's got to be something in this month that's got to do with communication, thinking clearly, things that are not in the heart, but in the head. Communication, truth, something in there about that. And maybe it is to the point that it is spurring you on to make a change. Which there is nothing wrong with changing. But that's a pretty big change, maybe leaving home, etc. If you can, try to put a little bit of that in your energy. Might soften it a little bit. It really doesn't look like we need to clarify anything else. To me, this is probably the most serious energy, the most transformative energy that I believe spills over into November, and that's where this comes into play. It's what it looks like, at least on the surface here. I think by the time you get to December, everything is wonderful. Do what you love. Recognition for the highest quality of work, especially creative endeavors, being paid well for your craft, working well with others, an excellent reputation. Be fearless and bold. And you have very fast, positive, moving energy. The World card, which means the successful completion of one cycle, which means the beginning of a new cycle, and victory. So December is a wonderful month. This looks, you have one that says surrender now. And I would imagine that's got to do with something here. Yeah, like surrender now. Go ahead and have your new start. It's possible that this is not related to this. Okay? Definitely possible. But to me, it looks like there's just too many similarities to totally divide it up. Maybe they are two different things that have a common link. That could be. Okay, so anyway, October serious. Could be life-changing potentially. November looks like, to me, that October kind of spills over into it. You're going through a transformation, setting solid foundations down to gain success. You're determined. Whatever this is, you are definitely going to do it. And here you have this beautiful energy. It's a give and take energy. Here, December, it looks like all of this has calmed down. And I would say thank goodness. You can have, even if something's wonderful, if it is just so intense, you need a little downtime. And to me, it looks like maybe it's starting to flow in. Maybe. I mean, it still looks really busy, like be fearless and bold, fast-moving energy. But it looks like at least things are a little more concrete. How's that? Okay. So let's take a few cards from the universe to see what they have to say about this. Whoop, one just jumped right out there. The Page of Wands. Okay. I'm not sure if you can see these. Can you see these? I know what I'll do. I will put it right there. I know you can see that. Okay, the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is learning how to trust their power and use it wisely. And remember the Emperor. The Emperor has a lot of power. And so you're learning how to trust your power and use it wisely. Oh me, oh my. Look what came out. Okay. The devil energy. So there is something that is going on that is not in your highest good, unless there is a Capricorn in your life. And I'm not saying that makes everything great. I'm just saying it's possible that's not the devil energy, but a Capricorn energy, okay? Going under the assumption that it is the devil energy, there's something that is not in your best interest during these 3 months. And it doesn't look like it's here, okay? I would venture to say it's probably in October. That might be what is causing you to want to make this change. Could be November. But, and you know, no matter what, it does look like you are getting out of this energy. You are getting rid of it because you're transforming. This could very well be this. Okay, you're transforming. So I do see that this is going away. You have the Emperor here to help, the Chariot here to help, the Hermit. You have some wonderful energies here to help you with this. So yeah, I think this is gone. But I think the universe is explaining what's going on here. Maybe this change that you're making possibly isn't literally leaving home. Maybe it's saying that you are leaving a way of life, changing how you do things, gaining spiritual enlightenment. It could mean leaving home, literally. But I'm getting a feeling now, since this came out, that it might be changing some aspect or aspects of your life that weren't serving you. Okay, and this one didn't jump out. Yeah, okay. So this card to me is saying that, okay, so here's this devil energy, right? You're having to deal with that. And at some point it started causing you a lot of stress to where you felt bound and blindfolded, you know, like your hands were tied. There was nothing you could do. Yeah, totally fits. And these should really be over here. It keeps bothering me. They should. I hope you can still see them. They should be over on this side because I think this is really where they are coming into play. Okay? That's a little better. Okay. Sorry, guys. I just had to do that. It's not exactly where I think they need to be, but at least they're on this section. Okay. Yeah. I think the devil energy started, well, I don't know what it is, but it really started bothering you to the point that you were having a hard time focusing on anything but that. You kind of felt like your hands were tied. And I think that caused, I'm speaking past tense, it hasn't even happened yet. Probably. Maybe. Made you, or is making you feel like you have to make a change. You've got to do something to change the situation. And you are strong enough that you are creating a change. And you have a lot of help here. You know, you have the Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, the Hermit, Chariot. You even have the Emperor. You have a lot of help here in this area. And you're learning. You have 2 pages, a Page of Swords, and the Page of Wands. This is where you're learning how to trust your power and use it wisely. And this is where you're learning how to think clearly and communicate authentically. Okay? So maybe it was, or is, some internal I don't know, I don't want to use the word crisis, but some internal something that you recognized and realized you needed to make a change, and you needed to do it pretty quickly, and you were very adamant about it. Okay? That's what I think's going on here. So it might not have anything to do with literally leaving home, but I think it has everything to do with changing your mindset or something about your life. Okay? And the Sandpiper Spirit is saying, try to be more playful. And even the Queen of Wands is quite the social butterfly. You can accomplish your goals without, making life so serious all the time. Matter of fact, it's better to incorporate a little bit of fun and playfulness if you can. Okay, so let's get a few charms. Sounds like a really serious time, guys. But it's all in how you handle it, right? It doesn't have to be long and drawn out. It could be just you changing pretty quickly, realizing what you want to do and doing it. Which it actually looks like that's what's going on. Looks like for quite a while it might have been really heavy on you. But you're going through the changes, and here it's fast-moving energy, and you're victorious. Just make sure you put in the playful. Okay. The charm that we got for October, can you see that, I hope, is the Tree of Life, which is a beautiful energy. It's about nourishment, physical and spiritual nourishment, transformation, liberation. It's a powerful symbol. Life, growth, wisdom, power, and prosperity. And so it's very fitting that this comes in here, isn't it? Very much so. Beautiful charm to get for that. And for November, we have angel wings, which means the angels are with you and helping to guide you through this process, which is also beautiful. And looky here, for December, and this makes sense actually very, very well. Can you see this? Yeah. You have a 4-leaf clover, which is telling you it's going to be a very lucky time for you. And I can believe that because you go through all this and you can see, or, well, how about I say, I can feel that it gets lighter in here. This is kind of serious, challenging. You get through it. You have a lot of help, and it lightens up. And it would make sense because here you have this 4-leaf clover. And look, your very last card, you're victorious. Yeah, I think that's beautiful. So have patience with yourself, especially if you are going through something like this, okay? And realize that the outcome will be beautiful and that you have a lot of spiritual help, with you, guiding you. And the outcome, you will be victorious, which is wonderful. Okay? And lucky. Can't forget lucky. All right. Well, I think that's about it. That's a lot. We'll see how things go, weekly through this. Just have patience with yourself and try to be playful if you can, okay? Talk to you again soon. Much love. Bye.